Well, hellfire, it is RockdaRiff, and I am back for another metalhead envy. I'm back with some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I can't get over that name, man. I'll always dig that name. Everybody did let me know that this is a looping album, and it seems like y'all are aggravated that I'm breaking it down song by song. I'm sorry. It's kind of how it goes. Like normally by the time I get to the end of an album, I've been listening to it uh, nonstop, and I can kind of have some thoughts about what I think of the album as a whole. Which it seems like this Nonagon Infinity will be the same thing. But either way, we're on Gamma Knife, and let's dive on in. What is it? It makes me think of the Wicker Man, or the old school Wicker Man, or like a cult with their faces painted red and these outfits and everything. That's a cool guitar. That dude uses that one a lot. I don't know if I've ever seen a 12 string like that before. Which, of course, most time 12 strings I see are acoustic. I know there's like the double neck and all that, the old SG 612. But not too often do I see just an actual straight up 12 string. That's pretty cool. Okay. That's cool. Actually seeing the two drummers together. That's really cool. I like this whole little setup right here. That's fucking slick, man. It does help though. Like I can hear, of course, I hear the similarities for Robot Stop and Big Fig Wisp, because it like y'all keep telling me it's one long song. It's one long 42-minute long song and everything. Uh, but I guess where I've been on, like I'm on tour at the moment. Even though I'm able to come home every night, I'm doing a 5-day run and I'm hearing so much different music. And then I come back to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, so it helps because I'm sitting here. Gamma Knife is like a bit of a new experience. I mean, it is a new experience because I've never listened to it before, but I'm not like I'm not sitting here like, all right, so it's just rehash of this. I just hear the similarities and everything. But y'all were cool in the comments telling me that basically it seemed like most people were saying Big Fig Wisp was their least favorite of Nonagon Affinity, and after that, the album just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. Uh, but this is fun so far. I like this whole setup they got going on right here. Like even if they weren't shooting a music video, that just looks like a fun place to practice as long as as long as the sun ain't fucking sweating the fuck out of you. Papa Smurf. nice little pick scrape. I like that. It sounded like it was behind the tailpiece a little bit. I've done that a couple times when you've got the right kind of so I could do it with that one. Because you got the tailpiece like there, then you got that. And you actually got the tight strings that you can go up them. That was cool. Little slick little trick. I don't know if that's actually what's doing that. Matter hell. Oh, goddamn Grimace sitting there. How's the shake, man? Oh, what the fuck is going on, man? The fucking cult up in this thing, dude. It's fun. Like it, like I was saying earlier, it helps that I haven't been listening to King Gizzard in a bit, but just 3 minutes and 17 seconds into this, yeah, y'all, I understand. Y'all are saying this is a loop album, and it's the best way to do this is to listen to it as a whole. And unfortunately, if I want to do the review reaction stuff, I do have to break it up song by song as much as I can. But I'm still having a damn good time with this album. I can understand why Nonagon Infinity is like a lot of people are saying it's the album that like basically gives you what King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is about. I get that completely because I mean they're all just jamming, having a good fucking time and going. Uh, I think the fact that I listened to Petro Draconic earlier kind of jades me in a sense of coming back and being like, well, man, I just like after listening to that album and hearing all the like extra riffs and little changes that they can add to this sound because so far out of the three albums I'm checking out, King Gizzard's whole thing is just fun momentum forward. It's like, hey, once we start, we going down the highway, man. Fucking get in. Every album I've dived into so far has done that, and it seems like that's like their underlying sound. Like every band, once they really figure out and like an underlying thing that they happens in every song that they do. And like I'm saying, King Gizzard to me is fun, 80 miles an hour forward and everything. But I can say with Nonagon Infinity so far, even though it is it's a run on thing, just like Murder of the Universe. I like I like where we're at with this one. I still dig Murder of the Universe. I hope people sorry. I hope people don't think that I hate that album. I had a good time with that album. I enjoyed it. There's a few little nitpicks, but I will say I think for the older running along albums that the songs sound really similar. Nonagon Infinity is a little bit better so far. I really enjoyed Robot Stop, and I am enjoying the fuck out of Gamma Knife. Big Fig Wisp to me, it was cool too. It was still cool too, but Robot Stop and this one so far are pretty fun. I'm enjoying these. Hell yeah, that's cool as all get out. I was gonna say that's really good, really cool for the drummer. I'd have to show that section to my drummer that's in my band. He uses a 7-piece kit, and we crack on him all the time. It's like last night we were moving his stuff into the venue and everything, and it's like it takes us like a good solid two to three trips of getting all his shit in and out. I pick on him all the time. I'm like, yo, man, we're gonna keep if we're gonna keep doing a lot of shows, you're gonna have to move to like a 4-piece kit. But the thing is about my drummer, man, he uses fucking. The sound guy was picking with us last night. He was talking about the first time ever the drums have. We've had 7 mics on that drum at a venue. Fucking awesome. It sounded so killer. I can't wait to have pictures of last night's gig and be able to put them on the community post and everything. But sound guy was like, "Hey, was like, you use every drum, right?" And my drummer looked at him and was like, "Yeah, like there's a reason why I have this many pieces. I use them all." He's like, "Good deal." He was talking to us about some other bands that had showed up, and the drummer would have like all this crazy shit, and literally only hit that that piece one time in like a 30-minute set list. And we started laughing. He's like, "No, he's gonna hit every piece he's got here about a million times in our 30-minute set list." But now seeing this dude with I guess that's a 3-piece. That's how you do it. Snare time, floor time. You don't count those cymbals, and it's cool to see and hear this dude just fucking jamming it up on a 3-piece kit. That was my basic point I was trying to get to, and I kind of ran my mouth a little bit. Spin us around. Round and round we go. Okay. So they created the Nonagon Infinity symbol. Oh man, I think that outro riff is my favorite. I want to hear the outro riff again. Big old chicken egg. Is that where the turkey comes from? Yo, I want to see the turkey. That shit looks so funny. Big ass chicken gizzard. Big ass gizzard chicken. Yeah. Damn. That shit was smooth right there. I like that outro riff. Or technically, I'm assuming that's the start of the next one. Seeing how this is a loop album. Okay, yeah, let's get one with the whole cult. Gamma Knife. I enjoyed the fuck out of that. I'm still I'm still in the school of train of thought, school of thought, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I do wish, even when you're making an album that bleeds from one song to the next, I still think each song should have a little bit of its own identity. Maybe a little bit more. Like a change in tone or tempo or key or something. But there and again, this is still really cool too. I'm off the top of my head, I'm sitting here thinking of what other concept albums I've ever really got into. And I mean, you could argue, I'm a big Mastodon fan, and you could argue that their albums are very concepty. It's like Once More Around the Sun. I have that tattooed as a half sleeve. Uh, the Hunter. I mean, what was it? Sultan's Curse. The newest one, what is that? Bold and Grim and Bold. Can't remember off the top of my head. And then, I mean, you got the Ghost albums and everything. Well, I wonder if one could argue those are concept records too, because it's an idea that's from the start of the album to the ending of the album. Hell, My Own Band, uh, our first one, our debut album, loosely had a concept. It wasn't in the sense of like making our songs sound the same, but it was in the sense of like the whole idea of our first album was to be able to appeal to a lot of people and not. That's why we called it Somewhere in Between, is because we didn't go fully soft, we didn't go fully heavy. We were somewhere in between, and we were trying to make sure that even non-metal heads would listen to that record and be like, "Oh, okay, there's some cool stuff in here." And then it's like our second record, what that we're working on right now. We have a concept, an overall concept for it, but we're not writing our songs to sound the same. I guess maybe that's the difference for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for me, is like it's like these dudes to me. If I was a part of this band and how this goes down, I'm curious if they are like if they have these long ass jam sessions, and then after the fact they're like trying to remember all the jamming parts that they had that they really enjoyed and putting them together. And then after the fact of that, they're like, all right, so we could split it up here, 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 and let's call this Gamma Knife, Big Fig Wisp, and Robot Stop. And like, I'm curious how their writing process is, because I think it's fascinating. I think it's really cool. I mean, this tour I'm on, I'm meeting a lot of different acts and talking to them too about the same kind of questions. And it's like in my own band, we were in the green room last night and they're talking to us, and they're like asking about click tracks and all that, and we look at them, we're like, man, we don't use backing tracks or click tracks. Our drummer knows the songs, and me and the other guitarists follow him, and it helps that we have literally practiced the songs over and over and over and over. I mean, every practice we have, which is once a week at the moment, we literally go over the whole set list. We have at the moment, because we don't have a bass player, we've got like seven or eight songs that we play every time. Doesn't matter. Like we'll write a little bit on something new, but then we play all of them, and makes it easier on us. Like last night, we had a 30-minute set, so we were like, okay, so out of those seven, what four or three do we want to put together to hit 30 minutes? And then it depends on like who's playing with us. And I mean, it's all that kind of shit. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm just now the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard really makes me think about the writing process. I've had some comments, people being like, "Oh, you're becoming a gizzhead. You're gonna start writing like they do and all that. I'm definitely gonna draw influence from King Gizzard and Lizards. I like what they do. Uh, I listen to so much music that it does take for me. It does take for some like really special acts for to to stand out in the sea of everything that I listen to and everything. But I just love music. I want to get better at writing myself, and right here, even in the sense of me listening to them and reviewing what they're doing, it's making me churn my hamster wheel about how could I do what would I if I went into the writing room with King Gizzard's mindset, what would I write? So that's really cool. Gamma knife, I would definitely give. I'm gonna say at least an 8 or a 9 out of 10 horns. I think it's really enjoyable. Uh, the music is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I think what helps me though, because it just sounds very similar to Big Fig Wisp and Robot Stop. What helps me in this case is the music video. I think the music video kind of interested me a little bit more than the song and everything. But that's not knocking the song. The song is great and everything. I'm excited to get to People's Vultures, especially if that outro riff is the starting of People's Vultures. That might, I don't know, that might be my track. And I want to see the big ass turkey. I want to see the turkey out of the egg and they're all fucking. That shit cracks me up, man. But either way, if this ends up being your first time to my channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me some pros and cons. I am always trying to get better at doing YouTube, and I'm hoping to go full time with it at one point. So it helps when y'all comment, put me in the algorithm a little bit better, and share with your friends and stuff like that. But yeah, so stay positive, stay rocking. I'll catch y'all in the next one.